Jacques Cartier was born in France in 1491. As he grew up, he established himself as a strong navigator and captain. As Portugal, Spain, and Italy began sailing to and claiming land in the Americas, France knew that they needed to start catching up. The French government, also known as King Francis I, appointed distinguished Cartier to sail across the Atlantic for precious metals and jewels. And on that fateful day, in 1535, Jacques Cartier set out across the Atlantic with a sword in one hand and his trusty baguette in the other. In a mere 20 days, Cartier was across the Atlantic and sailing north on the east coast of Canada. At one point, he saw three odd creatures that had never been seen before in Europe: a puffin, a walrus, and a polar bear. He caught and ate the polar bear, but left the other two alone. Cartier kept sailing up the east coast of Canada. As he reached the St. Lawrence River, a fleet of 40 to 50 Native American canoes paddled towards their ship. They were offering to trade goods, but they were only speaking in their native language. Of course, the French could only speak French, and being terrified of these men with unknown intentions, they fired a cannon and scared them off. The boat continued its way up the river until they reached a native settlement. At this point, they began trading. The French traded their iron crafts of war for the native furs. These trades started the fur industry in France. As the two became friends, the French thought it would be a great idea to put up a cross to try and get the good graces of God. This simply made the natives quite angry. The natives tore the cross down immediately. At this point, the French realized that they had enough goods and had been there long enough that they needed to cross the Atlantic again. The native chief told his two sons to cross the Atlantic with the French. On the way over the Atlantic, one of the native sons died of smallpox. The other son lived and stayed alive in France. He learned French and spread his native language around France. This native would become the main translator on the French's way back to America.